G'day, beautiful people. Welcome back. Taking a quick look at the most recent blog post from Epic Games today about the direction and future of Paragon. There's some interesting stuff in here. There's a bunch of talking about what has happened in 2017 so far, like overhauls, the new card system, new heroes, Shadow's Eve, blah, 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 blah. We've got our 9 reworked legacy heroes, our 11 new heroes, which will become 12 with Terra. Yes, everyone, it is Terra. It's a new hero that is not in a picture of a Greystone skin. Speaking about that, considering the fact that there was a teaser image for Terra at the start of this week, should mean that, and now this is based off of Australian times because I am in Australia, that between midnight Friday night and 3 o'clock Saturday morning, the trailer for Terra should be dropping, but that is based off of everything that we've had so far this year. That's based off of every other hero this year, and potentially an overview video, but they have started pushing them a little bit later. But that is not the topic. Okay, so they talk about game direction and how they're working on building the core MOBA pillars that you've grown to know and love, which personally I don't think that's actually true. Talk about building the MOBA pillars, and what you've actually done is shredded them down until they're barely noticeable, because the game is more of an arena shooter than a MOBA at the moment. I know it's been talked about so many times, but last hitting is a pillar of MOBAs, and that's been shredded to nothing. There's no siege camps, there's so little in the way of what a MOBA is these days, that I don't think it closely resembles any other MOBA, which kind of does make it unique, but it's pretty sad at the same time. So they go on to talk about how they've done so much so far, and they think they're closer than ever to creating that unique Paragon experience, but that doesn't mean they won't shake things up a bit before launch. So probably going to be doing some more jungle-themed stuff, because I don't think they're going to do too much more with lanes. Maybe a buff or two here and there, but I think jungle's going to continue to get worked on. I think they're going to hopefully rework the layout of the map itself, so that green buff is not more to one side, gold buff is not more to one side, so that Prime and the Fangtooth pit end up in the center of the map with lanes going around it, is my hope. The new matchmaking system is not coming this year, it is coming sometime next year. I'm very, very hopeful that this is going to work really well, and I'm looking forward to not having to search in Australia for another 45 minutes to get a match because someone draft aborted. Please make that a thing. Then they talk about ranked, which is another thing that is coming at some point next year. We will have to wait for the new matchmaking system first, I'm sure. My hope for this is that there is a fair bit of depth to the ranked play, that there's a solo. I know especially in Australia, it's not a great thing because the player base isn't big enough to actually support it, but having a solo ranked and a team ranked, so that if you're searching on your own, you go into the solo section, it's just solo players, or you go into the teams bit and you grab a group of people, so it's for groups of people to actually be matched up together, which is going to kind of suck in Australia because you won't get matches. But I also hope that it kind of works like a Heroes of the Storm sort of way, where you have, let's just call it a rank XP bar. Once you win a bunch of matches, you fill that bar up, and then you are in a promotion match. If you win that match, you go up a rank. And then when you go up a rank, if you lose 2 matches in a row, you end up in a demotion rank. Something along those lines would be nice. New heroes, so Terra we've already spoken about. She's going to be the last hero this year, and then we have Boris, which has already been teased, who should be the first hero next year. New cards and gems. Cards and gems add additional strategy and depth to the gameplay. We know you want more variety in builds that allow you to blah blah blah. There are a lot of new cards and gems slated for New Year that will give you lots of options. hopefully there is bullshit amounts of cards coming out, like double what we have, because there's really not that much variation in builds these days. There's actually less than what there was prior to version 42. The game balance. Dynamic nature of MOBAs is what draws us in and keeps us playing each day. Like what I spoke about in one of my previous videos, game balance always changes, and they are going to continue to change. It's going to be a 3-week cycle for getting rid of... They should hopefully get rid of big issues, like they didn't with Grux and Deathcrawler. But, you know, if something really needs to be done, they'll get it done. Otherwise, it'll be a 3-week system. There's actually... Something interesting there is that clans might be added in, new events and competitions, but the thing that gets me the most is new onboarding and tutorials. So very, very needed for those newer players. Closed alpha testing in Asia is already underway. There's a lot of legwork needed to make sure that we can support multiple regions around the world. We've needed to make, and will continue to do so, changes to the game to be more mindful of a global audience. Some changes you've seen reflect global feedback we've received. We believe making Paragon better for everyone around the world makes for a better game in the long run. Next year begins a big push to ramp up Paragon and push it into full launch, and who knows, maybe we'll release on other platforms too. Please do release on Xbox. Not just saying that because I'm a PlayStation player and I'd like to shit on Xbox players, but the Australian community is too freaking small, and even if we get, you know, a couple of hundred people in Australia playing on Xbox, that would make matchmaking so much better, so please do. So that was a tiny quick look at the potential future of Paragon, things that are coming. It's not really too insightful as to what is coming when, but yeah, I thought we'd talk about it really quickly. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have an opinion on anything that I said or anything that's in this blog post, please do leave a comment in the down there. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Subscribe if you're not already. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.